Hi, welcome to my first ever book review. That's right, the first ever. Before this moment, I've never spoken a word to another human being regarding any book. This is the first time. And if the views in my previous videos are anything to go by, even after uploading this, no other human would have ever heard my opinion on a book. Either way, let's run the intro. As this is my first book review, I thought I'd go for something with wide appeal. I chose Bachelor Pad Economics for two reasons. The first of which is it has wide appeal. Almost everyone under 40 would benefit from reading this book, especially men under 25. The second reason is that I bought this book after it was recommended by another YouTuber, and by recommending it myself, I can in some small way become like that YouTuber. I know, sad, but yes, it's true. So, onto the book. When you actually get into this book, you'll instantly notice two things. One, it's large, like textbook large enough to squish a Goliath bird-eater spider. The second is that the text is huge. Okay, maybe not huge, but fairly large. There's also a fair bit of space around the border and between the paragraphs. Once you take this into account, the book becomes much less imposing. You don't have to spend a year studying this text. You could probably read it cover to cover within a couple of days, though it took me a few weeks, maybe 4. That's not to say it's not an enjoyable read. In fact, one of the best features about this book is that it is a very enjoyable read. It uses good humour and relatable examples, and still manages to give you a good introduction to economics. It covers a wide array of subjects, from your education to your retirement, and it does so without using overly complicated technical language, while also doing a good job explaining the terms you need to know. It manages to keep you engaged throughout, and if I were not writing an essay at the time I was reading this, I could have easily spent hours at a time reading. But I know why you're really here. You don't want a measured overview of what's in the book. You're sitting there just jonesing for a taste. You want to hear me read a paragraph or two so you can actually get a feel for the book. But I'm not going to do that. I've already included 2 sample pages, even if one of them was just a contents page. If you want to get a feel for the book, you can read the first 6 pages for free on Amazon. I've included a link in the description. Personally, I made notes while reading this book like I would for a textbook, and I ended up with about 3 pages or 6 sides of brief notes to consult every so often. But the most valuable thing I gained from this book was not found in the financial rules and advice within, but the philosophical framework within chapter 2. This chapter sets out 3 financial philosophies of fitness, time and happiness, which can be summarised as 1. Fitness. You are finite, you will die, decide what you want to achieve. 2. Time. All things around you are a result of human time, e.g. designing and building. Not everyone's time is equal, a doctor's is worth more than a waiter's. The leisure-labour trade-off. You have to find a balance, do not overvalue either. 3. Happiness or utility. Components of happiness: health, security, freedom, purpose, agency, fun, and other humans. These 3 philosophies, when considered together, will allow you to plan for a good life, to find the right balance, achieve your goals, and to do so within your finite time. While this may seem like an over-exaggeration for my overly brief summary, I'm not exaggerating when I tell you that this book completely changed the way I think about money. So as I'm sure you've noticed, I've had nothing but good things to say about this book. But is there anything that goes against buying it? Well, the cost. At £20, it's not an overly expensive book, but it's certainly a chunk of change. Personally, I tend to buy most of my books second hand as it saves me a few quid, and they tend to come like new anyway. But that's not an option here. Whether it's because not many copies have been sold, or because people are holding on to them, it's hard to find second hand. So buy this book if you can. But you also have the options to buy the audiobook for 99p, or spend £7 on the Kindle edition if that's more your thing. Whatever you do, give consideration to reading this. It's a fantastic entry point into financial planning and an entertaining read. But that's just my opinion. If you liked my review, remember to like, comment and subscribe. I upload new videos every Monday and Friday, so stick around for that. And remember, there are no absolutes. The absolute is only absolute relative to the relative. Both the relative and the absolute are themselves relative.